So David rose early in the morning. That means you have to learn how, like I said, immediacy. There has to be an intentionality and an immediacy about you. One of the things that happens, I share with armor bearers all the time. Immediacy literally means this: take care of you right now. Get you out of the way right now. Immediacy demands that you never assume you got time. If you never assume you have time, then you're always ready. But the minute you assume you have time, then life, just by nature of being life, will throw you a curveball. And when it throws you a curveball, then you're going to be off and you're going to be fussing because you had not planned for that. Am I making sense? You know, and then I've been told, well, you planned to be late then. You didn't happen to be late. You planned to be late. Because what you could have done last night, you didn't do, which means you planned to be late. Am I making sense? Making sense. I shared with them, and I'll just tell you this as I get ready to close. So as I would travel with Apostle, I didn't know what I was being trained for. As I was just hanging out, and next thing you know, I was in a training regiment. I was just riding along, and I was being trained. Listen. He trained my prophetic ear. He said, "I know you can prophesy." You know where he trained it? You know what it was? In the car on 290. We were driving to Houston every Tuesday. You can prophesy. You got to learn how to hear him. What is he saying right now, Moody? What's he saying? What am I thinking? I've been thinking, I don't know. I want to go home. I want to be here. I don't want to be in this place. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm thinking. But, you know, and I was like, yeah. Come on, Moody, think. Here. I can't hear because you're screaming at me. I can't hear nothing. But I learned how to hear. Yeah, that's what he said. Keep going. That's all I hear. But I learned that when you travel, and when you serve, one of the things I tell people is get you out of the way. So that means that when you're serving, if you're on for service, and you know you're on for service on Sunday, then you got to get you out of the way on Friday and Saturday. That means, and whatever you means, that means with your house, that means with your spouse, that means with your kids, that means with everything. I'm on schedule to serve. And here's the deal. And I can't tell the man of God, don't call me before 8. If I'm on schedule to serve and I'm told today is my day of service. So I can't say I'm coming, but let me take care of. That means you didn't get you out of the way. So elders, what I would do, literally when we would land, the first thing I would do is first of all, before we landed, I knew what hotel we were going to. I knew the confirmation number. I knew who was supposed to pick us up at the airport. I knew where they were supposed to pick us up at. I knew that. That was part of my responsibility. And then when we get to the hotel, I would always make sure that I would take him to the room, make sure his bags are unpacked. I would make sure I get them all unpacked. And then I would say, okay, what are we doing tomorrow, next couple of days? And I would lay out his clothes. I would say, let me take these clothes and go ahead and iron them. And I would take his clothes, then I would go to my room, and I would iron his clothes, and then I would iron all of my clothes for the week. Because what I didn't know was if we're going to have time. I didn't know if that 12 o'clock lunch was going to turn into a 7-hour dialogue between Apostle and the pastor. And I'm sitting there thinking, the 7 hours, I got to hurry up and iron. Yeah, I need to hurry up because we got to get all the way back to the room. And because there's been times when that turned into a 5-hour dialogue. Then at 5:30, saying, we got to hurry up and get back. I'll be at the service at 6:30. We'll get back to the room at 6 o'clock. Moody, we need to be out here by 6:15. So I ain't got time to iron his stuff or my stuff. But because I understood immediacy, and I wake up every morning, I have it lined up. So because I didn't have time to think. I didn't want to look for anything. Am I making sense? Makes sense. And I got me out of the way. And then I would think, well, what if he gets sick? So let me say, when he gets sick, what kind of medicine does he use when his stomach's upset? What kind of medicine does he use when he has a headache? What kind of tea does he want? What kind of sugar does he need? And everything else. And I had a bag full of all of his stuff that was always with me. Because I learned one day that immediacy means someday we're going to Houston right now. And right now meant that my bag that I left at home, I can't get to. So I had to keep it with me for the just in case moment. Am I making sense? And I couldn't say, well, we left so early. I didn't get a chance to go home and get the stuff, so I don't have your stuff. Immediacy. See, this is how forward thinking you have to be. So what do you do on Saturday night to get you ready for Sunday? What do you wake up just at 3:15, just so you have enough? Because it takes you 30 minutes to get to church at 4 o'clock. So you set your alarm for 3:15, and then you drag out of bed at 3:20. Just so you can get here. You hit snooze a couple of times, and you get here at 3:55. You pull up in the parking lot, but you're not late because it's not 4 o'clock. Because immediacy means this, Vicky. Immediacy means this, you guys, that had David been late, had he been late that day, he would have never heard Goliath challenge the people. So God had a bigger plan. But the plan involved David's dad saying, get up early and go take care of this. And David didn't know that his future was connected to his obedience, and his obedience was connected to his immediacy. And when those came together, his purpose was going to be enacted. So immediacy means I get myself out of the way. I don't never want my pastor to call and say, I need you to do this, and I'd be like, oh, well, let me handle something right quick, and I'm going to get back to you. Because, no problem, I'm going to get it for you, man of God, but let me handle this right quick. I got to just make this run right quick. Because it might not be about his need. That's what I want you to understand. Because the steps of the righteous man are ordered by the Lord. So could God create a need for him that's really positioning you? This is why I say we don't pay attention to the now. Because the immediacy of now is what connects me to the relevance of my future. Understanding what I do now has the direct line on where God's going to do with me.
Listen, now that you've heard the word and you've been blessed, I know that you're ready to move to the second part of worship. What do you say that is, Dr. Moody? What's the second part of worship? The second part of worship is giving. It's time for you to sow. The word has been sown into you, and the Bible tells you that when the word's sown into you, you're supposed to sow back into the word. And whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Listen, I know just like this word bless you, this seed you're about to sow is going to bless you. I want to tell you one more thing. If you've been blessed by the word today, and you probably said to yourself, this is the best thing I've heard, I want to be a part of this. That's nothing but the Lord. Now, I want to tell you, you need to join. You need to be a part of our ministry. Go on our website and click on join. And join right now and become a part of something that's great. The Bible tells us this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached around the world. You are a part of that. So when you join today, you expand the gospel. When you join today, you take the gospel of the kingdom to your area. Join right now and let us know. Call us and text us, or even chat with us and let us know, I joined today. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast. God bless.